Fine then. Okay. So quickly, can you repeat all the functions once again from first quickly? Okay. For a TCP server, TCP server, what are the
Yeah,
functions used?
a
First one.
socket is called
Yeah,
where a
socket
file descriptor.
is created. Okay.
Yeah.
And while creating a socket, you tell what kind of, say, we are using TCP server and a client. We are making a client and a server communicate between each other. Correct? No. Now the socket. Okay.
Yeah.
When you're creating a socket, you are supposed to tell what kind of socket you want. Whether you want a TCP socket or a UDP socket. Correct? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you got to tell what
Yes.
kind of socket are you trying to actually communicate with. So you need a TCP socket or a UDP socket. So how do you differentiate? I'll tell you in some time. Okay. So once you create the socket, what will you do? You actually do a bind function. You call a bind function because server should have a bind. Client will not have a bind. Okay. Server only will have a bind because many clients are trying to connect to one particular server. So server has to say where is he actually running. That is why you make use of bind function. After the bind function, the server will say listen to how many function am I to how many clients am I able to listen, right? Am I going to handle? That is what listen function will say. Listen function will next, after listen function will say accept function. Accept function is it is now blocking, that is the server is blocked so that it is waiting for the client to connect, okay, using the connect call. Okay, it will connect, and after once it connects, it will accept it and then send an acknowledgement, and then the client will again send an acknowledgement saying that yes boss, yes I have understood that you are synchronized with me. And that concept is called as three-way handshake. It means from then on I am ready for take what is that communicating with the client by sending and receiving data. Is that okay guys? Is that okay everyone?
Yes.
These four things. Hello everyone in the class, I'm talking to everyone in the class. Is that okay everyone? Okay, having said that, now come to the client part. Come to the client part, Kirtana.
Yes. I mean, three-way handshake connections established.
No, start from there, from the client, all the
Okay.
functions used in the client.
Yeah. Socket file descriptor is created.
You call a socket there also, so that you actually have an endpoint, so that the so that our server knows whom to contact there. Okay, so that's a descriptor. It is a network descriptor. Okay, it's a file descriptor basically representing a network file. It means it is an endpoint. I am the pole to communicate. Okay, yeah. Next, what happens?
Connections established.
What is the function that you call?
Connect.
Okay, so once you say connect, then the accept will accept it and send all those details, and the three-way handshake will happen, and then you start the communication. Is that okay?
Yes.
Yeah. Shall we see the code now, everyone?
Yeah.
Guys, everyone okay? Shall we see the code? Okay, so I have two shells over here. Did you see that? Two shells I have opened, two tabs. Is that okay, guys? Two tabs I have opened. Did you notice that? Yes, no? Okay, right. Let me see, where am I first of all? Yeah, okay. Okay, so what is that I run here? Shall we see the code? No, TCP server, right? TCP server.py. Okay, so Kirtana, can you please go through the code quickly?
So we are importing a module called socket.
We have an yeah. So this is important. We have a socket module. Okay, then
Module. We are defining the host and the
okay.
IP address of host.
What is the IP address of host?
It's a loopback address of the same device.
Why did I actually give loopback address?
Because we have only one device which can be used.
Yeah, so this is the address of, I mean, I'm indicating that this is my own. I mean, you please connect to me. It's my address. That is the local host. That is this computer where it has been written. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kirtana, okay, not okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, right. Then what is this?
We have a port number.
Okay, this is the port number. What does port indicate?
It's an individual process inside the computer.
So then this actually, when I run this program, okay, this becomes a process, correct? When I run this program, this becomes a process, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, no, you're talking to me. The entire class is,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I'm unable to hear. So
Yeah.
this process is identified by this port number, correct? Yeah. Now, having said
Yes,
that,
sir.
Kirtana, now tell me, can I use the port number as 8080? Can I use port
Just
number
80?
80? Yeah, 80.
No idea, sir.
No
I
idea.
think we can.
You can.
No idea.
Okay.
I believe we
Standard
can. I'm
port
not sure.
numbers in networking. Let us just see this.
Okay.
What are the standard port numbers? Okay. Did you see that these guys? Are you able to see my screen, guys? Can you see this? You know. Yeah. Can you see Google that I've searched something? Standard
Browser.
port numbers and networking. Okay. Yeah. Correct. Browser. Okay. So when you see this, let me see what are the common port numbers available. Okay, so 80 is there. Yeah, 80 is already used by another program called as HTTP. Did you guys see? So Kirtana, can I use this 80?
Yes, sir.
Hey Kirtana, this is you already used by a program called as HTTP.
Oh, it is already used.
It is already
Okay,
used, not
okay, we got
already
that.
used. It is already used. It's already, not already. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Have you been to
Yeah.
other countries anytime, Kirtana?
No, sir. No.
Then why is your language so
No,
special?
no. I don't know.
Okay, right. I think Bangalore IT company is making you like that, I think. Anyways, chalo. So did you see this port numbers 20,
Okay.
21, 22, 23, 25, 50, 51 and all that? So these are some standard port numbers already being used by
Yes.
other programs, which you cannot use. So you have to use those port numbers which are not used by others. Did you get that, guys? Everyone in the class, did you get that? Okay. Now, what will happen if you are using the same number as 80? Tell me, what will happen? What will happen instead of using 2000, I'm using it as 80. What could happen, Kirtana? Tell me.
It might tell it's used by some other protocol like that.
Yeah, so whatever it says is different
I'm
thing,
not
but
very
what will
sure.
happen? Correct. No, what my question is, what generally what should happen, right? So there are, it means that you are identifying two programs, okay, on a same computer, correct? No, so both are. So when the client says I'm connecting to a particular, if you are writing a code, if you are trying to have a client which is connecting to a server that you have written with port number as 80, then it is getting confused with HTTP, correct? No, it is trying to contact a server HTTP, and there would be a kind of problem, isn't it?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes, no, guys. Yeah. So please don't use
Yes,
the
sir.
port numbers which are already been, used, which are standard ports, which are already used by some standard protocols, which you must not use it. Is that okay? So there are many, they have not given completely over here. So it is, I think it is written from 0 to 1023 well-known ports assigned to common protocols and services, from 1024 to 49 registered ports assigned by ACA to a specific service, from 4952 or something like that can be used. Okay. Don't worry. I don't know. I'm not reading all these things, guys. Okay. But yeah, there are few ports that you can use, which are not used by standard services. So 2000 is one among such kind of ports. Is that okay? Do you guys understand that?
Okay, sir.
No? Yeah, so I just chose 2000.
Yes,
I
sir.
think nobody is using 2000. No standard protocol is using 2000. So I decided to have the port number as 2000. Okay, next. Guys, 1 second, Kirtana. Guys, did you all understand about ports? Port number? If everyone, put that in the chat box, guys, quickly. Okay, yeah, fine, Kirtana. Then start.
You're creating a socket.
Creating a socket and passing two parameters, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this parameter will indicate that I am actually using Ethernet, okay, Ethernet, and then, I mean, I'm not using Wi-Fi, I'm not using Bluetooth, I'm using IP, Internet Protocol addresses, IP address, okay, so, and IPv4, I'm using
Okay.
IPv4 is what I'm saying. If suppose you want IPv6, you can say AF underscore INET6, is that okay, right? So
Okay.
you
Okay.
learn about it in the RFCs, you will get to know, okay. So I'm saying I'm using, the, what is that? I'm using, what do you say? Uh, uh, that is Ethernet via Ethernet connection. I'm not using any Wi-Fi or Bluetooth or anything like that. Okay, this indicates IP. Okay, next we have something called as
Okay.
socket.sock underscore stream. Sock
Socks.
underscore stream. Kirtana, I think someone is scolding you or scolding me.
This is from somebody else's.
Guys, can you please?
I
Someone
mean,
else is trying to disturb here. Please don't disturb. No, can you please mute yourself? Who is that? Did you mute? Okay, now this one. So what does the sock underscore stream indicate? Sock underscore stream indicates that you are actually working on a TCP server or a TCP call. This indicates TCP stream. Guys, is that okay? Okay. Now for
Okay.
UDP, you will have dgram. I'll talk to the talk about UDP later. So this is basically a TCP. So this is what you're saying. I want a TCP connection is what it says. Okay.
Okay.
right? Yeah, okay. Now coming to the next one. And one more thing I want to tell you, the Python, these are just functions written by Python, but underlying, if you see the real code and all that, now everything is written in C language and it makes use of Unix socket programming. Okay, guys, right? So we are just using a wrapper on top of it, which Python provides, and it's very easy. But if you're doing it using C language, you'll have more fun because you have a lot of things to do there. Here you have nothing to do because everything is underlying, the library has taken care of it. Okay, yeah, fine. Then what is the next thing? Socket function is over. Next,
We are binding the host and the port number.
yeah,
I mean,
did you
IP
see
address
that?
and the port number.
Yeah, did I tell you? Didn't I tell you that I'll be actually binding these two? So I'm doing it. Is that okay? Yeah. Next, listen.
We are defining the number of clients as 1.
Yes, correct. Okay. Yeah, listen is done. What is the next thing? Accept.
Secom address is equal to s dot
You forget about
accept.
that. This one, accept function, correct? So when you accept it,
Yes,
so
sir.
basically, when will this accept will block now? Correct? The server will block at the accept, correct? No?
Yes.
Yeah, where I gave you a picture yesterday, right? You know, when you see that picture, TCP server client, okay, the connection will block at accept. Not the connection, the server will block at accept because it is waiting for the client to connect. Once the client connects, then it'll actually, okay, you want to know to which server or to which client you want to basically do the connection. Yes or no, guys? Yes, no? Guys, you understand what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
The client will connect. When the client connects, okay, so your server will accept that connection. Once you accept the connection, the server has to send some information, no? At least he has to start communicating with the client, right? So in that case, the server has to know who is the client who got connected, right? So that client information would be returned by this accept. Okay, no? C and ADDR. Okay, this will be an object, socket object. C is a socket object which will identify the client, and ADDR will give you the address of the client. Is it okay, guys? Is that okay? So that
Yes,
I'll
sir.
print here and show it to you. The client information will get printed over here. Don't worry. I've printed it over here. Is that okay? Right? Okay. And then what am I doing, Kirtana? Next line. I've accepted it. And then what will happen here?
You're printing the address of it.
Yeah,
Next,
we are printing the address
you're
here. Then,
sending message to the client.
yeah, what is the message that I'm sending?
Hello, buddy. Thanks for connecting. Bye.
Bye. And what does this B indicate here? What does
R-
B indicate? You remember I discussed you files binary mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm telling it. Don't send it in text mode. Send it in binary mode.
Okay.
You remember I use one function called as encode and decode and all
Yes,
that.
sir. Yes.
Yeah, encode you
Yes,
can
sir.
instead of this you can do the encode function also here. Okay, just go and revise once again, right?
Okay.
Now, to whom am I sending actually? On which object am I actually calling? I'm saying c dot send to this
C.
particular object. Okay, and I'm closing it. Is that okay? Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Shall I run this code now? Guys, shall I run this code? Any doubt here? Can I run this code, guys?
Yes,
Guys, can I
sir.
run this code? Okay. Now, now what is happening? The server is blocked, isn't it?
Yes,
Correct?
sir.
The server is blocked. It's running, but it is waiting for some client to connect. Okay. So shall we go and see the client code, guys? Shall we go and see the client code? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So TCP client. Now tell me, Kirtana, what is happening in the client code?
Same. We are importing socket module.
Okay.
We are defining the whole IP address and the port number.
Hmm.
Here, our client is also the same device, so we're having the same, same IP address.
IP address is same, but this is not for that purpose. I'm not identifying the client here. This port is not for this port. I'm actually putting it to connect, to say to whom to connect to. You getting it? This host and port I'm using here, okay, to say to whom to connect. Okay, so in the you forget this, we'll discuss that later. You first say this, what happens here. So we are creating a socket, we are creating a TCP socket. Is that okay here? This line, is this line okay? We are creating a socket.
Yes, sir.
Everyone, is
Yes,
that
sir,
okay?
yes, sir.
Yeah, then we connect to the server. Okay, so see here, connected to the server who is actually waiting to accept. Okay, so which server should I connect to? The server which is on this IP address which is bound to this port number, correct?
Yes, sir.
So no, so I will be connecting to this. Okay, so the moment I connect to it, okay, so this server will accept it and then send a message. What is that? It'll say, hello buddy, thanks for connecting, or something like that. It'll send a message. Okay, so that message would be received in this message using the receive function. 1024 indicates at a time how much of bytes can I actually receive. Is that okay? So this socket will basically receive that function, store it in message, and then I will try to print message from server, and I will decode and send. I mean, the message which is coming is in binary format. So using decode function, I will put that into the text format and I will print it. Okay. And again, I will try to receive. Okay. If I don't get any message, okay. So it will say while false, and then it will close the connection. Is that okay, guys? Did you understand this? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Guys,
Yes, sir.
everyone understood? Everyone understood what I'm saying? Okay, right. Now, shall I run this client code, guys? Shall I run the client code?
Yes, sir.
Everyone? Yeah, okay. Okay, so I think this also completed its operation. My client is from, did you see the port number of the client? Now, it's different. Want me to open the code and show it to you?
Okay. Yes, sir. Client.
Okay, so it printed here. It printed here. My client is from. Okay, so and if you see this, after accepting, it gave the client address to me. So this I printed and it showed from where it has come. The client has come from this IP address. That is the same thing, same machine. Okay, and from this port number. This is the port number. Okay, so when I come to the client part, it says client has already got this message from server. Okay, I'll show this. Okay, where is that message from server? What is the message that I got from server? Okay, so here I received it. No, after receiving the message that I got received from server, I stored it in message. That message I'm printing it after decoding it. That is putting it into the text format. Okay, so what is that message? That is a message from server. Hello, buddy. Thanks for connecting. Bye. And even he closed it. And once he closed, I didn't get any message from here. So both the connection got closed and the program terminated. The moment you say close at the end, if you close the socket, okay, T is, where is it? The moment you say close the socket, it means that no more what is that, no more data transmission will happen. He will close the socket. So that would be taken by your client, or he understands that okay, the socket is closed, no more. I'll get the message when I am closing. Done. Bye, see you. Guys, did you get that? Yes, no?
Yes,
Hello?
sir.
Yeah, but if you are actually
Yes,
doing
sir.
it in C language, and if you don't give this close or anything, right? So undefined behavior will happen in C modules and all that. Okay, there would be some undefined modules. I mean, undefined behavior. Okay, yeah. So this is all about your. It's very simple in Python to do this. Whether it is in Python or Java, very simple. You need not actually bother anything. Just use the function which is given. It will do it. Okay, right. Shall we go to UDP?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so assignment
Yeah.
for you is try to run multiple clients. Can you do it, guys? Hello, will you do it?
Yes, sir.
Do it for
Yeah,
multiple
yes.
clients. Okay, so make listen as 5, and then run the same client on your machine. And what is that? Run have 5 different tabs like this. I have one, two. Try to have some 5 different tabs or something like that, and then run it. Or you can write a script file, a file which will have which will run these 5 clients automatically, one below the other. You can write it in a script file. Okay, right. Shall we go to the UDP one?
Yes, sir.
UDP client, sorry, UDP server. Okay, so tell me what are the functions methods used quickly. Yeah, Kirtana, can you please?
Socket.
Okay, so we have this IP address defined, we have a local port, and we also have a buffer size. Okay, then we will see where we are using it later. We will see where we are using it later. Okay, so we have a message to client that we want to pass, that we say hello UDP client. Okay, then
You're creating a socket.
okay, the family is IP address, not
Family
any
is equal to
socket. Okay, AFINet. it. Then here, what is the type of that?
sock dgram.
So this
Sock underscore dgram.
Yeah, dgram stands for datagram. Okay, so datagram is basically a format when you are passing data over a network for UDP protocol. UDP will accept datagram only and not streams. Is that okay? Hello, yes, no? Kirtana, you're
Okay.
there?
Yeah. It broke for a second.
Okay.
It got back.
Okay, no problem. So stream sockets are for TCP, which will have a different format because it has to acknowledge and all those things. So it has a different information. Datagram doesn't have any kind of acknowledgement and all those. Therefore, it is a different kind of packets that it sends. Okay, that is datagram. Right. Then what happens?
Okay.
Kirtana, next line.
We are
Next, what
binding
happens?
the IP address in the port.
Yeah. So we are binding it because it is a
Yeah, we are
secure.
binding the IP address and the port.
Yeah. Okay. Then what happens? There is no listen and all over here.
A print function.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. So see, we don't have listen, accept, and all that. Did you notice here, guys? There is no listen, accept, and all in UDP. Okay.
Yes.
So if you want to accept, then there should be a three-way handshake. Yes or no? Accept function will have three-way handshake, and UDP protocol is not for three-way handshake and all that. It is used for broadcasting. I'm sending it, and you want to receive it. If you don't receive, I'll not resend and all that. There is no acknowledgement concept over here for UDP. It's only there in TCP. That is why this listen, accept, and all is not there. Is that okay, guys? Guys, did you understand this?
Yes,
okay.
sir.
Yeah. So they'll ask you in interview all this. Then.
Like we keep on sending the messages.
No, while true. Okay. So we
Okay.
are, it's a while true. It keeps running. Okay. So then what happens here? We have something called as receive from. Okay. So from we get the receive from. So much of bytes we'll be receiving it from the client. We'll be receiving it. Okay. So from whom we received and all, we'll get the information over here, and we'll take that and then send it to the client using that address. We'll be sending it to the client. Is that okay? Guys, is that okay? Yeah. So the method names would be different from UDP and TCP. The method names would be different. So be careful. Okay. All right. Shall we run this code? In C language, it is same. Receive from and send to. It is the same function for UDP. It's the same. I think Python has maintained the same function names. They have not changed it. But in Java, it changes. Anyways, let's not bother about Java now. Shall we run this? I mean, we'll see the client also.
Yes, sir.
Okay, 1 minute. We'll see it in the other tab. Yeah, what is happening in the other tab? Quickly.
We're importing and we're defining the IP address and the port number, all those.
Okay.
Creating a socket.
And whatever I receive from the, are we sending any message to the server? Yeah, we are sending a message to the server, right?
Yes.
So we are sending a message. What is the message that we are sending? Hello UDP server. Hello UDP server we are sending. And then server will again give back some message that I'm receiving it. And I'm putting the server address and all over here. Is that okay? Shall we run this code?
Yes.
Guys, is that okay? Are everyone okay? Guys, I'm waiting for your reply. Is that okay? Is there anything that I want to explain or anything? It's quite simple. No, it's
for the
tell me, Kirtana.
So the send to function, what should be the parameters?
Parameters is what is that information that you want to actually send, okay, and to whom you want to send.
Okay. Okay, the message and
oh, you're asking me what is the type of that? You're asking a type? Is a tuple here?
Not really the type, but usually in UDP, the client might not talk to the server, right? I mean, it will not respond back.
It might not, but I can also connect. I can send it to it. Not a problem. See, UDP is basically used for broadcasting. Correct. What you said is right. UDP is basically used for broadcasting, but doesn't mean that you cannot send it and all that. You can do, even you can have a client server for UDP also. Okay, but only thing is it is not reliable. That's all. I don't do a three-way handshake in UDP. Is what UDP will say. That's all.
Okay.
I'll be doing it, but don't think that I'm guaranteed I'll have a connection, then I will send you the details and all that. No, that will not guaranteed over here. It means, see, what happens is when you're sending a packet, it would be broken down into pieces. Okay, no, and only then those packets will get rearranged at the at the session layer. Before the session layer, everything will get rearranged on the client side. Okay, so when it is when it doesn't receive a single packet, see, okay, let me try to. I'll have to deviate from the topic, but still it's okay. Okay, see what happens if this is your source, okay, source computer, and this is your destination computer. Okay, Now, what happens here when you're passing one data, some amount of data you're passing here, right? So it would be broken into pieces and some identification number would be given to all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or something like that. Okay. There would be an identification number given, right? And don't expect, and there would be multiple paths to reach this destination. There would be a lot of router here, and there would be one router here, and there would be one router, then connected to another router, then one more router, then go here and all that. Okay. So when your data is being passed from source to destination, what happens? Okay. So your network layer will decide which path to take. Okay. And it is not that only single path. So multiple packets can go in multiple paths. Okay. And when it comes to that session layer, no, before it coming to that session layer, okay, so the transport layer has to make sure that, you know, everything has been arranged in the same order. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that number, and then deliver it to the session and then go to the presentation layer. You're getting what I'm saying, Kirtana? Okay. In
Yes, sir.
TCP, this would be made sure that everything has arrived, you know, correctly. Whereas UDP, this will not be done. If it has arrived correctly, well and good. If it has not arrived, I'm not bothered because I'll not be able to take care of it. If you wanted to take care of it, better you would have used TCP, is what your networking will say. You're getting what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You want some book suggestion for how the switch channel works? You want, I'll give you. Okay. The very first book that I learned in networking, okay, because my manager always scolded me. Okay. He asked me to refer this book written by Rich Seifert. Okay. It's called as The Switch Book. It's called as The Switch Book. Okay. So if you ask me, Subhash, where did you learn this cutting? It'll add some numbers and all that. Beautifully explained in this book, The Switch Book. Okay. So, I mean, he has explained how each packet, each packet will contain, and what kind of numbering it would be there, how it will go, what it will reach, which path it will take. Everything has been explained in this book called as, you know, The Switch Book. Okay. So if you're interested, you can go ahead. But if you're not in that domain, it's not required also. Because my first 2 projects was completely on networking, on embedded domain. I had to actually refer this book. It was impossible for me to code without this information. Then I had to code only by looking at this book, by seeing that, then implementing the code. Okay. So that's how it is. So Kiran, do you understand?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah? Okay. By the way, how did I... Okay. Yeah. So shall we run this code and see, guys, what will happen? Yeah.
Yeah.
UDP server up and listening. Okay. Okay. So hello UDP client. So UDP server, it is not stopping. Is it in while loop? Is it? It is in while loop,
Yes,
I guess.
sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
sir.
it's okay. So this was a server port address. Okay. So what was our server's port and IP? I mean IP address and port, guys. Can you put that in the chat box?
2003.
2003. Yeah. Okay. So because we are getting here it as 2001. 2001 or what is it? It is 20,001.
20,000.
Yeah. Is this a port number that we gave in server? Let me see what he is printing.
Sure.
Okay, so he's telling, see, at the last he's saying server address. From where did he get the server address? He is receiving it from. Okay, here the moment he is receiving from, and once he receive from, he'll get the server message as well as the server address from where he got. Okay, so in that case, if he's getting the server address, then who is sending it? This fellow is sending it. The server is sending it. Okay, so when the server is sending it, let me see. Okay, what is the server's? Yes, local port is this. So I have bound this to this local IP and local port. Yes, guys, correct. The server address is to 20,001. So this is what is getting printed in the client. Is that okay, guys? And this is in true. So it is continuously waiting for some client to run. So let me run this continuously. Guys, did you understand this? From where it got the port number? Everyone? From where did the client get this port number? Guys, did you understand? From where the client got this port number? Everybody? This is the port, server's port is printing. Okay. Now let me run this code once again, guys. Okay, let me see what is happening because I forgot what I wanted to do. While coding, I mean, I didn't know why I coded like that. Let me see, UDP server.py. So let me run the code once again. Python 3 UDP client. Okay, it says, okay, it's waiting. So shall I run this code once again, guys? Shall I run this code once again? Okay, again I got that message. So it can handle multiple, what is that? Clients is what, is what I wanted to try. So this is a server which can handle multiple clients. So it is running and every time it is waiting for another client. Did you get this? Yes or no? Okay, so it is automatically
Yes.
picking up different port numbers because you are not given, it is automatically picking up some port numbers and giving it to you. Okay, guys, is that okay?
Okay.
Fine. Yeah. Okay. Now, so what is the next one we have? Okay, so shall we see the file transfer client and file server, guys? File server and file client.
Yes.
Guys, is that okay? And then last we'll see the server code and server chat client. Okay, now I'm not sure like what is the file client doing. Let us now see. I'll just run the code and then we'll go and see what is happening inside, guys. Is that okay? Guys, is that okay? So
Yes.
which one will run first? We'll run the server first.
File server.
Python file server.py. Okay, so file server started running. Okay, so I'll run the client now. Okay, so it is telling enter the file name. Who is telling enter the file name? Put that in the chat box, guys. Who is telling enter the client, enter the file name? Guys, 1 second. Okay, the client is telling enter the file name. Okay, so server is still waiting. Fine. So tell me some file name. Shall we use this file name only? Say tcp server.py. Is this the file name, guys? Is that okay? Okay, is the file name? Okay. So shall I press enter now? I've entered the file name. Shall I press enter? Yeah. Okay. I'll press enter. Okay. So what happened when I pressed enter? Guys, tell me what happened. Kirtana, can you please talk to me?
The whole, yes, sir. The whole
So,
file, the file
exactly.
content is displayed.
The file content is displayed, correct? So now shall we go and see what happened with the server?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
no? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So what happened? Okay. File name received from client is tcp server.py. File data sent to client. Okay. So what has happened here is that file server will take the file name from the file client, from this client. Okay. Client is giving one file name to the server. What server will do is server will identify that file. He will read that, open that file. Okay. Read the content of the file and send it back to the client. Guys, did you get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Guys, did you get what
Yes,
I'm
sir.
saying, guys? Yes or no? So what is happening is server is waiting for some client to connect. Okay. So what this client will do is client will take the file name from the user. Okay. And he will give it to the server. Fine. So server will take that file name and then read the contents of this file name and send it to the client back. And client will print the contents of that file back to the user. Guys, okay or not okay? We'll see the code in some time. Okay, did you guys understand what is happening here in this piece of code? Okay, so Kirtan, can you just repeat what is happening here so that it will be a revision for everyone?
Yes, sir. In the client side, we are requesting a file. So we are giving a file name.
To whom? We are actually,
To the server.
the client is asking for the file name from the user.
Okay, okay.
Correct?
Yeah, yeah.
It is actually asking for a file name from the user. And say, for example, I want to open some file and see what is the content. So I'm asking this client, file client, boss, give me this contents of this file. So what will client do?
It tells the server that it needs that particular file.
Yeah, so it'll only give the name to the server, and server will actually take that file name and it'll read the content and send it back to the client, and client will
Send to
print
the
that on the
client.
screen. Okay, so shall we run this code and see if suppose what will happen if I give the file name that is not existing?
Yes.
Shall I give a file that is not existing and see what will happen? I'll run this code. Okay, once again.
Yeah.
So I'm running this code. Okay, and what was the name? File client. Okay, so it is
File
asking for a
client.
file name. Okay, so I will say kirtana.py. Okay, this file is, I'm sure it is not there. So what does it say? File does not exist.
File doesn't exist.
So what does the server says? Server also kept quiet. Okay, file name received from the client, and so okay. Shall we see the code? How it is happening inside?
Yes, sir.
Guys, shall we see what is happening inside the code? Okay, yeah. Kirtan, just help me out understanding the code. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, tell me what is happening in this code.
We're importing the socket module. We're defining host IP address and the port number. We're creating a socket, which is for TCP.
Okay. Okay.
And T is equal to host comma port. Yeah, we are binding the host and the port number.
Yeah, here, correct? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Then?
And we're defining the number of clients as 1. And then it is waiting for the connection to be established.
Okay, once the connection establishes, then what happens?
It receives the file name from the client.
Yeah, so it will, okay, then what will it do?
That name is equal to str. Okay, it reads the content.
And converts that into the normal format, isn't it? The string format. It would have sent in binary format, he is converting into the text format. Okay.
Okay.
Then it says file name received from the client is so and so name, whatever it is. Okay, then what happens in the try and except block? So you're opening a file in binary mode. Okay, you're opening the file in binary mode. You're reading the data from the file, putting it in the data, and then what are you doing? You're sending it to the client. Okay, from where did the client information come? You got it from here. When you did accept, you got the client information, correct? Now, and you're sending it to the client. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're sending the data to the client using that socket. And then if you did not find that, it says file does not exist. You're sending that information also. Server is also saying, boss, I did not find that information and I'm just sending it to you. Is that okay? And if the file was found, then say file data sent to the client. Okay, no?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So what is happening in the client side? What is happening in the client side? Okay, same, it is creating a socket. Okay, so by default it is a TCP socket. Okay, so I am trying to connect to it. Okay, I connected it and then I input, he is asking for the input from the user, this input function, and then I will send that file name to the server, and then I receive the data from the server using receive, and then I decode it and I am just printing the value. That's all, printing the content of the file. Guys, is that okay? Simple one. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Everyone,
yes.
it's quite simple.
So the server itself is sending it in the string format only, right? The contents of the file.
I'm not sure. Where give me a moment.
Somewhere we are changing it into string. Oh, it is f name. Okay.
Where is it?
It is converting the file name into string. I got confused with that.
Okay, fine. Okay, all right. Guys, are all okay with this? Hello, yes, no? Everyone? Okay, all right. So what is the next one we'll see? Okay, so, okay. So can you see this by yourself, guys, or you want me to explain? I'll run this code, then you tell me. Server code, no? Server code. No, here we'll run the code. Control C. Okay, so what was that? Python 3 server code.py. Server started running. Okay, so let me run the client, Python 3 client.code. Okay, so right. So client will first send the message to server. Okay. Hi server. Okay, so who is sending this? Client is telling to the server. Okay, so our server has received it, saying that client says, hi server, what do you wish to say to the client? Okay, hi client, something like this. So this is basically a chat. So server sent hi client. So it says, now the client says message from server is hi client, enter your message to server. Okay, what will I say? I want to talk to you is what client will tell to the server. So what will the server say? Client says, I want to talk to you. What do you wish to say to the client? I don't want to talk to you. Okay, get lost. Something like that, right? It will say like this. So what will he say? I don't want to talk to you. Get lost is what message from server. Enter message. Why server? Okay, guys. So it's basically chatting with each other. We are chatting. Okay. So and then finally, he will say my wish or something like that. And then finally, let me say just stop. When I say stop, I think the client will actually stop and the server also will stop. Guys, okay. Shall we see what is happening? We'll see the code.
Yes.
Yeah. Kirtana, explain.
Yeah.
I think it's quite
Module is
simple. You can do it.
imported.
Hmm.
So the same, we are doing a module import. We are defining the IP address and the port number. Socket is created. We are binding it. Defining the number of client as 1. And waiting for the connection to be established.
Okay.
And within while true.
And within a while, we are continuously chatting, taking, sending, taking, sending, taking, sending. That is receiving and sending. Did you see that?
Yes, sir. Oh, where are we handling the stop here?
See, if not message from client, if we have not received any message from client, we are breaking it. Okay, so might be, I'm not sure, I'll have to see that code now where I wrote it, but still what I feel is the moment I enter stop in the client, probably the client will close the connection. When they close the connection, I think it will not receive any message, and then it would stop. Okay, so let us see that. Okay, yeah, so what is the name? Client code.py. Okay, so what does it say? While message to, okay, you see from first.
Not equal to stop.
Where is it? If it is not equal to stop, you do this. If you get stop, you're basically saying close. Okay, so once the socket is closed, so the operating system will automatically tell that, okay, that there is no more message coming in. They have closed it. The socket has been closed. Is it okay? No message? Then just shut it down. That's all. Is that okay, guys? Hello, is that okay? Yeah.
Yes,
so,
sir.
Everyone, right? So here we have, I have written one small program. Okay, so I think you can just do that. It is take any website and you can give its IP address. Okay, so using get host by name function of the socket module. Okay, so this will give you the IP address of any host. So let me just run, but provided you must be connected to the internet. Huh? So let me run this code. So IP addresses of google.com is 142.250.61.68. Okay, so just, okay guys, I think the session is over for today. Any questions?
So we are giving IP address in both the server side program and the client side program, right? We are defining an IP address at the beginning of the program.
See, understand this, Kirtana. Okay, client has to connect to a particular server. Okay, so if a client has to connect using connect function, it has to give two parameters to it. Okay, one is the IP address and the port number, saying to which server am I actually connecting. Okay, so for that reason, I'm using an IP address there.
Yeah, it's like on the server program, we have to give the client IP address, and the client program, we have to give the server IP address. Is it like that?
No. You have to see, but you need not define it. You need not. Okay, I'll show you the code later. First, let me explain. Okay, so when the client is connecting to the server, okay, automatically the server will get the details of this, client from the operating system via the packet. It will automatically get from where it has come and all those, that port number and IP address. Okay, you need not specifically define it.
Okay, then what is that IP address we are giving at the beginning?
Where? In the client?
In both the side, in server and client.
Server, yes, I need to give. In the server, I need to give. Okay, say for example, server, where is that TCP server. In the server, I have to use for bind, no? So I have to say to what is my IP address and the port. This I have to do. Okay, but in the client, I don't want to do this actually. Okay, so in the client, if I'm giving host and port, it is used for giving it to connect as a parameter.
Okay.
This one, right?
Yes, sir.
This one, no. These two, you can take it and put it directly over here. 127.0.0.1, comma 2000, you can put over here. This 2000 is not client's port. These two, I'm using information to connect to the server.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
okay,
the client's details would be got in the server via accept. Here, once you accept, the operating system will give us the address of the underlying networking module will give us the address of client, including the port.
Okay. Then whatever we are defining at the beginning is the server details only.
Now, this is the server details, and we are defining it in the client so that I can use that for connecting.
Connecting to, yeah.
For connecting
Okay, sir, got
purpose.
it. Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Okay. Guys, anything else? Guys in the classroom, everyone. Hello, everyone alive? There, not there? Okay. Okay, guys. Chalo then. So meet you tomorrow. Okay. Chalo, take care. Bye bye. See you. Bye, Kirtana. Thanks.
Bye, sir. Bye, sir.